Enjebia amanyofo beko epueye atoye asretimemufo se omonto omosoaba na mibiso edren ena omowo ema ekuafo mibisa ekuafo efise Ghana ha ye sika sam ho fapem ejina ekuayomo wenti ena ekuafo TV kofa bae ye defo kra eba ya to ni din the hot seat eye dwumade bia ye ne wona omonimu de metro ministers MPs MCs, DCs, any empo aspiring MPs, one on wejina say yentu omoso aba ebehia na niomwo ema ekuafo ana a great sector no omo de atopono so wo hot seat no so no me akosia asabia asmeni megina wana mu na mebisa omo ensemo afa ho obese obeso yasen a hwe numbers ya egu TV de so efre ni eni wo endi inkita ho the hot seat ebeye she the hot seat ebeye hot akonwa no so ebeye she mamenda wase na mema wakwa aba Embra Kwafo TV o hwe the hot seat eye na wotwe ya wade twemu yante asampa yemigina eye Kwafo TV management anemu ne staff anemu Emma eye Ghana fo yenyina yema yeho yakọ na mekche eye former president flight lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings his excellency eye enano Thursday etwemu ene betu dwase wadane neni akyere ban jese me no kase de watwana nanom ewo ensiedo yema ebusua no ne titiru ne ye former first lady her excellency Nana Ajiman Rawlings say nyame show motin. I know it's a very difficult period for them, especially the family. Ghana fo nyina emra man panyin na nado dan kwakufado ede ana ebusuafo no kwasi na ye no there are some back be to dwa. It really hits me. Or say former president Jerry John Rawlings the custodian of the Fourth Republic. And it really hits me and I say, wow. He is the longest serving president. From military rule to the democratic rule. I know say Obia war ne memories about the late Jerry John Rawlings. One thing I remember about him when he mounts the stage to speak, you could see the passion from which he speaks about be or per se or can. I describe him as a bold president. He says it as it is. Inti senamede tu jano. Yendam kwan we so Emma ebusuafo ni nyina yakọ. Na Emma yenso ye ho because oye Ghana dia. Ye nyina nso yakọ. Nyame efa nsi. I hope say arrangement ne ba we will all get involved. Na yetimi eja open no kwan kra. President Emma be fitting burial as a former president. And no, we want to observe a minute silence for the late former president, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. Okay, it's no yes sign Embra and the Jumedi in the song. I may have to just say Jumedi way a Bosant enterprise, omo and omo ye. Unique in super mineral water and as a pure water no omo ena omo ye enso papa FD for ahwehwem ehu se enso we de se ye num ekoye widie mu a ebeboa ye nipadua no enti mesrew se wo fie koto uto nsu akofie akonom e de aye waduane a mesoto unique in super mineral water omo ewo dome pillar 2 no visa down opese okotu na kese mu a oho ena omo wo sanye sanso dia okọ shops mu a ewo Ghana ha ne tichune akra ha dia ubenya unique in super mineral water program ne be kwa ewia me de omo contacts ebetu dwa de ama almost unique in super mineral water de enye enso bia keke me sanso eda mo rest fashion academy omo Tantra Hills near Anija Hospital omo ena ehyematade ewo program yeso omo eje mo amopese mo besua se na ye pam ade se na ye twa pattern se na ye pam suit ne wedding gown atade bi opese wo pam bia no okọ ha omo be chill omo ye practicals ne dawson echi theory nti wo be wie no na wetimi esua ade pa omo 6 months 1 year and a 2 years program omo payment plan nso no omo achichemu a obetimi etua no kakra me so wo hwese na mo numbers no ebe scroll ase ho ye pon so me the numbers ne betu dwa ama hwehwe eye Morest Fashion Academy ewo all social media platforms na woni omo endi nkita ho ne krakra no mamenda Dolly's Beauty Lounge ase omo ewo Mataheko near Stepco Streets and as a police barracks ho na ha no du ha obonso Dolly's Beauty Lounge o omo ena ayemiti kama enemenim kama edi amami amene wo edi nkita ho mesel also pese wusua ana pese okoye wuti ye wo makeup wo pese wonso kosua na de ball bra Dolly's Beauty Lounge omo wo Mataheko near the police barracks omo ene omo soma samede the hot seats ebro we kwa foti ye femi akosia asabia asumeni ene ye kolla Dadekotopon abato empeswa so ewo Nkran mantem ha omo waye Accra metropolitan area mensimu ewo Nkran ha area bi to say eye part of Laboni, part of cantonment, part of Bema camp. Me guess no be che me ye pa, but that's some of the areas as I work on la Dadekotopon obetimi enya omo ho area bi a na say constituency bi a Polster ora Ben Efson e dey atudwa say one of the 7 constituencies ewo Nkran ha etimi swing votes no kakra it is a utimi win sa constituency na na say you are ukọ wanima no esan so ye area bi a MPP atena soda NDC atena soda a very interesting constituency me pese me cheche mu kakra edema 1996 and NDC for fa sa seat no and omu wini as parliamentary seat for the NDC 2000 and MPP4 ebeji seat no a free NDC4 ensem so from 2000 to 2016 and MPP assign beji seat no me no ka say ne otena so sesi ano eye MPP ni na ade esini se MPP4 call primaries no almost omo mpe papa na okoji seat ni mo omo enti no mo so omo call primaries no omo yi no efri ho oye former deputy minister for communication ono ora Vincent Sowa Odotei ono na oteso sesi amene okase osan no emano former deputy minister of communication rather but omo call primaries no MPP4 say omo mpe no into omo unifi ho a ora Joseph Gerald ni tete nyanyo fio na abeje and na omo yi na si wo say ono onjina for this year 2020 election na omo nto ne so aba say a parliamentary candidate NDC for so e de oba na ejiremu this time around ma mereta Odole Sowa na ejiremu say yento ne so aba na oba independent candidates na ho no mo ye 2 oba baako na bema baako na PNC for so e de candidate aba ho inti sa constituency no ye 5 candidates omo contested for that seat na ma no ye interested ne say this year election no all the candidates no new faces just say ye ni sitting parliamentarian and all sign agent no the chances no almost the same it's no and any independent candidate or no way ni to say on original see into ne so aba was a constituency ho and I have twetwe nkomo or say or person or transforming sa constituency ho we ne obetimi ayo obetimi a transform sa constituency or an electronic system engineer maybe say in simple terms no because we electronic system engineer then na na e dey leadership na odeba la Dadekotopon constituency me guess Mr. Michel Bowman-Amuah independent parliamentary candidate for la Dadekotopon abato empeswaso Mr. Bowman mema wakwaba embra the hot seat so
Thank you. There was a pass, one man miss an opportunity, no.
Right. Before we go to maybe sir, what are some of your memories of the late President Jerry John Rawlings? Memories, Bernard, what is Jerry John Rawlings? What comes in mind?
My memories no only a bebre. A bit more started from when the time on Wankasa about national prominence, May 1979. And Mekai in that time in the Wachimota school. He was a former student himself, Wachimota school, and there were a lot of interests or idea no Mekai said at the time, I was one of the supporters of what he was advocating for in terms of probity, accountability in Germany. But things took a different turn into the rest is history. But I didn't live through his second coming. I lived through his brief tenure as AFRC chairman, and it was unfortunately not a good time. However, assigned by mini Ghana due to political reasons, but until I exile, until my memories are unfortunately not very fond. But I am a humanitarian. Until I make me I know how it is to lose a father. Until me Yako, and I express my sincere condolences to the Nkoda, especially to the current honorable member of parliament for Osuklote, who I've met a number of times, and I have a lot of affinity for.
Right.
Despite political differences, as a humanitarian, I express my condolences and my solidarity with the family at this time, this difficult time.
Right. Which year now? When did you return finally?
My first time back after leaving in 1980. I signed by 2002.
2002. Okay.
I was gone for 22 years. I came back to visit for the first time in 2002.
Then I'm out Kakra, I mean briefly, we want to know you. So briefly.
In full disclosure, Rawlings, the family, the wife, the family, was like family to me.
Okay.
In fact, was family to me. There are certain things a lot of things that are not in the public domain, but they are family issues. My first kindergarten teacher as Akwada was Rawlings, the mother-in-law.
Okay.
Auntie Philly, the late Auntie Philly, Mrs. Ajuman Rawlings, Mrs. Ajuman, former GOT Ajuman, the late GOT Ajuman, and they were the first teachers of association school, which is my family school.
So you went to a good school, from Association International to Achimota, then to where, Legon or?
Debbie, as I told you, I left
the
country.
So from Achimota, you went overseas.
I went overseas.
So you are privileged. Of course.
I've been blessed. I've been blessed.
Okay.
But it doesn't take away from the fact that we're an extremely hardworking family, and every one of us, all my siblings, my parents, extremely hardworking.
All right.
And self-made family, not handed anything on a silver spoon.
Right.
People don't know. Say the man who started the school, who started so many businesses, 14 different businesses in Ghana. My papa was a farmer. Equafo, as appropriate on this platform.
Right.
And was probably the first export farmer in Ghana. He was exporting food. He was up at 3 in the morning and then overseeing the shipment, the airlifting of food from Ghana to Ghanaians and Africans living abroad back in the 60s, 1960s. With his broad vision, no, I'm blessed to have some of that gene in me.
I don't want to go into details what sent to us because also, I mean, when you are going in, it's a family thing with the former First Lady family. So we'll not go into this because we are mourning, so we won't go into this. So because we are an electronic system engineer, in simple terms, so then.
The person who, the type of the skill sets that I may want to, in your inventions, me creating your man be brave. If you are cameras, digital cameras, technology, so when it's in a computer, designing computers, building networks, no say no. So, if you record TV. It will be a friend codec.
Right.
Encoder, decoder. Okay. Ebe convert pictures from a dear friend analog normal pictures into digital form. Digitization, what you need, So our technology there yes me invent here.
So you are
me buy first. I own the patent on the H.261 codec. The particular compression algorithm it may convert this analog pictures to digital pictures among many other inventions here.
So we don't know. I mean, why don't we know? Except we're in the public so we celebrate our own say Ghanaian invented BBC and we invent we don't need it in Ghana.
We use it. Obviously, we use it in Ghana. Right. Our inventions be brave. Our internet and so we use this.
We didn't say
for example, we use Google search and we search for in case BBC wine dress. The fact that we use the word wine, okay, all of a sudden, you popping up and I can say, you may be also interested in this bottle of wine. And dress, will be different types of dresses, not wine dresses, another invention I made buy. A context-sensitive advertising framework. We share the whole world there. I'm the second most decorated inventor.
The second most in the whole world?
The whole world, meaning number 2. The whole Africa, meaning number 1, obviously.
Wow.
Wow.
Congratulations. So you are all for this digitization of, Ghana, led by this current vice president. Are you all for it?
I'm all for it in principle. Unfortunately, implementation, no. Sikidie and pro and katahon and those types of things, I say the whole agenda. We need the right leadership. Ebe oversee those types of transformation, digital transformation that we need.
In principle, you are
for it.
But yes. You feel
there's a huge disconnect between the concepts and ideas and objectives and the implementation.
Right. Okay, so let's come back to Dadekotopon. I mentioned some of the areas, Burma camps, part of cantonment, part of which other areas make up the
Airport Hills?
Oh, Airport Hills is part of Dadekotopon.
East Airport, Palace Mall, Accra Mall, Airport City, Akwaje, Nyaneba, up to Akwaje Interchange, Honum, Echo, all the way in front of Flagstaff House, Cantonments, East Cantonments, Wireless, AU Village, Nafty Honora.
And the same constituents near constituents some affluence, I mean, communities.
What I call a melting pot.
Okay.
They're affluent and they're extremely poor.
Oh.
And that is what bothers me.
You have extremely poor in those in these areas I mentioned.
Oh, Laboni. We share a boundary. It's not even a real boundary, but we've got a slum right next to it. We share a wireless Nichi AU village. We share East Cantonment Nichi ne Palmwine Junction. We share south areas now. Chado. And back of Trade Fair, Chado. They say I nice, but it's right next to, also very bad areas. Oshe Peishi, which is near across the street from La Palme, that area, no, La Hotel, your friends say, not La Palme, the other one, no, Labadi Beach Hotel. It's a nice hotel, but it's surrounded by slums and things. Until we have a real problem.
We'll come to the real problem. Challenges are with me identifying the constituents, and what kind of leadership you are bringing to the area. But maybe why independent candidates? Because when Mr. Ghana we are not good with voting for independent, and at this time around it will change.
When we say, I want to use a biblical anecdote. You see, you don't put new wine in old wineskins. Well, you don't put a good driver in a broken down Chenchama car and expect him to be successful. What do you say? You don't put a new car on a bad road and expect the car to stay good. So I'm not going to join any of those parties that have been part of our problem, have been the cause of our problem, the bane of our mismanagement and poverty and oppression for the last at least 28 years. Until Michel the slogan I be underneath is Alaka Wacho. We may see and we may die into thinking say and AIAB and MPP and NDC. Ne we may high. Right. In Konimbi, they will mean for progress. When we say, we'll be thankful for why they vote for NDC or why they go for MPP. When we say, oh, I form me, right. But into your woman to got him one. I just say, oh, no better than I saw to me call. It's not because Scooby Association and now, but I will take a very quick break by a bar. Maybe take your agenda for Dadekotopon about on Peswaso. Who could share the hot seats away for food TV? Yanko quick break, ya bar, independent candidates, a wall Dadekotopon about and Peswaso, Mr. Michel Park or Bowman-Amuah, I am a guest, and Kobebia.
The hot seat. The hot seat.
Mr. Amuah by the hot seat ewe kwa food TV. Ye femi akosia asabia asumi. Ye fena wo television no ato ha ene ye shela Dadekotopon abato empeswaso ewe enkran mensi mo ha. Candidates 5 ena omo a qualify se omo njina na yento omo swaba as parliamentary candidates, the MPP, the NDC, the PNC, and 2 independent candidates. Omunina ejina ewola Dadekotopon abato empeswaso. So na medi 2 dwano ededano. Se o share sa constituents and as empeswaso hona na seat no eye NDC for that 1996, 2000 and MP34 ebeje and 2004 NDC assign eje omadia till 2016 and MPP assign ebeje seat no from no this election no ye share say NDC betimi asen akwaje anase any of this independent candidates no ebetimi asnache ana na ne ema no eye sonko ne kire say the sitting member of parliament no omukọ primaries no party na MP34 party no anje na ntumu nti no omude obi fufo na ebesi anemu nti no basically na say literally no better can say all these candidates are new faces omo ever better so it's anybody's game. One of the poster you want to make more area to just say that constituency is a must look out for this coming December election. Internal yeshalla Dadekotopon about our empeswa. So I mean can just say Bosant Enterprise almost saw Masia Midjumete from where unique in super mineral water and yet in so keke in so papa FD for akosho baby omoye adwuma ne omode ye nsuo ni ntia almost say ye betimi annom akoye wedie ne beboa ye wedie no enu nti mesre wo say open so papa no mode a koto unique in super mineral water. Omodomi pillar 2 no visa down obetimi from 050-162-7021 and as 050-162-7050 oko shops are ewo omaimo nyina ubenya unique in super mineral water omo bottles sachet and dispensers inti ne opese wotobia no kwa ubenya bi Mores Fashion Academy ewo Tantra Hills omo ena omo hyemi atade ewo dwumedie so omo ben Anija Hospital omo je wona opese mo besua se na ye pamatade ye twa pattern bibibia fa fashion ho no makeup any bead making no okom Mores Fashion Academy ebejewo omo wo eye Tantra Hills Anija Hospital nchenwa obetimi afrom 050-912-6634 and that's 059-2214-625 obetimi etimi follow almost all the social media platforms no obo Mores Fashion Academy obehu omo Dolly's Beauty Lounge and I miti kama ya mama menim kama ye me ho ayefe pa me anu se me ho ayefe pa Dolly's ewo mata heko near police barracks no omo eye etire papa ye makeup so person wo call working makeup on by ama wo ye bride person wo ye full makeup for your special occasions so from one on betimi ayama wo person wo besua so a to say etire ama she person wo kosua se na omo by na omo che ni nyina ewo Dolly's Beauty Lounge omo number eye 026-590-2389 and as betimi ahwehwe omo ewo mata heko near Mataheko Police Barracks hono. Me guess independent candidate la Dadekotopon abato empeswa so ora Michel Parkwadwo Bowman-Amuah ene nemene no atwetwe nkomo. Mr. Bowman no mensan embra ho champion. Enti yenhwe uba la Dadekotopon no. There challenges and I would identify say these are the challenges what this constituency motumeswaba I have the know-how to solve it.
The challenges here from a root cause perspective, the income, lack of incomes. I just say they don't have incomes or sufficient incomes.
So unemployment.
Mainly unemployment,
right, and
a depressed economic climate. I just say one few traders in the market women in there, but especially in this COVID era, affected them even more than normal. Because when we say they didn't have much to begin with, and they didn't have a safety net, either social safety net or personal financial safety net, it may cushion them from pandemic-related lockdown, they turned down in business in and then you still have issues like poor infrastructure. If poor infrastructure also affected because of lack of investment, affected one cost of doing business. When we say you don't have proper drainage, you gutters in the areas like Apapa, the Jatri, La Inslamami, like all those areas. No, I mean you gutters. Until the little that they would have had, now flooding. I say these are the systemic, infrastructural causes of poverty and depression, economic depression. we see you have to address these issues because you can pour all the money in, put people cash to eat for a day, they'll eat for a week. But if you don't teach them how to fish, or you don't have to teach them how to generate their own income and stand on your own 2 feet, and you don't fix the structural problems, it will just be a temporary fix. A better to say with the plaster. When we practice here, no with the plaster it will not heal. You have to deal with things at the root cause. And why aren't people employed? There are not enough jobs. There are not enough opportunities. But the few that they are, they do not qualify for them because what? They don't have the skills. And there's no connection between those jobs that are coming into the community, okay, and the people's education and training so that they will know, say, you need to train in masonry, plumbing, whatever, or you need to train in, customer service and sales or whatever, so that you can take advantage of jobs in Eba. There's no communication between the employment or creators, the job creators, the investors, and the education establishment to be able to say, we're going to come here in 2021. So in 2021, we're going to need 500 people with these types of jobs. So start training them in 2019 or 2017 or 2020. Start training these people so that they can then have the skills. So when I come, I have a ready workforce. But there's no disconnect because in Crawford, leadership in your there's nobody advocating for the people to say, I have 200,000 people in the constituency that are going to be under the age of 30 that are in need of jobs. And bring me 200,000 jobs. Or bring me income generating opportunities for San Crawford. Nobody's doing the planning or thinking for the people because they don't care. Because all they care about is enriching themselves. Inti wo obia oni hwea wamano sebi wamano opportunity say obeko parliament we be twa ka look at where he started from baby oni hwea onya bibi ketwa na wa di onya ne de ebi ka na odi man ne ebusuafo but nkofo no amoto abama
So let's look at you. Day na wo day ebre eye timemofo a ewo constituency. What are you bringing on board that ususu say all this one about 28 years ni omunyaye ewo Dadekotopon?
The first thing is principled, independent and pragmatic leadership. I just say obia or standing for something. Obia or servant's heart are obe come to serve, not to be served. Obia or nane self-made. Or nane bibi already. I'm not here to get rich. God has blessed me.
So you are rich.
God has blessed me.
So you are funding your own campaign.
Absolutely. I've turned down money from people who sought to influence my campaign.
Right.
My family and myself and my friends abroad and well-wishers who have similar mind and similar mindsets and aspirations for the country and the constituency. Women are my supporting me.
So you are coming to serve the people.
We're here to serve the people. But you see, the people should not be looking for somebody to give them handouts. That's not what I'm here to do. Maybe mom hand up to lift them out of some. As in Crawford, I'm lifting them out of the...
Through which means?
By providing them with financial, moral leadership, financial support, moral leadership, counseling, so that they know, career counseling, so they know what they can do, and by giving them opportunities to be able to move their life from where they are to where they need to be.
The financial support, a nice way of giving them handouts also.
Maybe. When we say, if I say I want to, you say Opisika. We say, what is can correct? If you're honest and you tell me, say, me dear. I'll tell you, say, I just want to spend it.
Right.
You come to the wrong place. Make a stream. We say, so Opiso Shiadia, Opiso school. We say, what skill? We'll counsel you. We'll fund that. we'll fund you learning. You're setting up programs as an independent before I've even taken office now. We've created 175 slots. 175 slots for women, young women to learn things like beautician, cosmetology, massage therapy, manicure, pedicure. Already. We've created the slots. And some of them have been filled, the rest haven't. As an independent, I've bought and created and transformed a for-profit company into a social enterprise. Water and beverages. I may create 650 jobs.
Constituency.
Yes, exactly. We have our own alkaline water company and other local beverages. Yes, we've created, this is not politics. We cannot play politics with people's lives. When we say, yes, transform lives, I'm an ardent believer, the faith tells me, if you care, you act. Because they don't care, NDC and NPP, I'm like a fair job. But me, that they don't care, so they don't act. When I heard about things that were going on in the community, or when I came across things that were going on in the community, politics or no politics, I acted. I started acting. So when I heard about the crimes, especially sexual assault and physical assaults that are happening in certain parts of Ajiman, which is in La, near the police station, Honum, because the street lights have been out for 18 years. Ya Pachao say, women paying for women in less than a week.
You fixed it.
I fixed it with my own money. I'm not out there bragging about these things. Me say, baby, places are flooded because God has now say we fixed it.
And to Rebecca say, you've been able to fix it as a private citizen. Why do you want to go into politics?
When we say I can do more, there's so much more. There's so much more that needs to be done. Now, without that mandate, when I'm seeking for financial assistance, especially at Brocheno, they look at me as an individual. And they say, you're going to have roadblocks. And let me give you an example. My try before. I started Ghana in 2002. Between 2003 and 2017, I've tried in a non-partisan way to assist, to bring investors, to bring technology capabilities. There's always a problem. The problem is a political problem. Politicians, they don't have the political will and they have their selfish interests to protect and therefore they don't want the people to become free. If you don't want the people to become free, that means you want them to continually depend on you. That means you can control them and manipulate them. They have to and then you continually control them. He who feeds you controls you.
Right.
So if you are feeding somebody, you control the person. Now, if you vote for me, I'm accountable to you. Because you're voting for me to go and do your work, your bidding. But they've turned it around so that they give you the money, you sell your vote, you sell your power. That's why I'm different. I'm not going to buy anybody's vote. I'm going to give you the assistance you need from a humanitarian perspective.
So what are the people telling you? Are they supporting you? Are they yearning for you?
I wish you would come with me and walk in the constituency. You get goosebumps. I get goosebumps.
Sure, sir. Mr. Bowman, he's well-to-do. He's self-made man. That's our politics for you.
That's very true. That's very possible and quite likely for a lot of people. But when there are people in the constituency are very diverse. You were Laboni cantonments, Burma Hills, and Burma Camp, those areas, they don't need my money.
Right.
I can count on because they can understand. But there's a certain element of people they are too conditioned to understand immediately. So you lead by example. You win the mandate and you transform it, and you transform them from the inside out. And then they see that the people who had faith, that despite they are not voting for me, other people who took faith realized they supported me and they are getting the benefits now. They themselves will wake up.
Right. Mr. Bowman, you better quite a very quick break. You better buy a bar. Matter say what can baby say make 100,000 jobs.
Yes.
Our constituency.
Yes.
Now, Obanso, you will not finish the 4 term, 3.5 years. You will relinquish your seats and then train somebody. We will take explanation in your bar. We will start with the hot seat. You go quick break. You better see.
The hot seat. The hot seat.
Miss Amuah Kwabason Kokra Embra the hot seat ewe Kwafu TV. So thank you, Sir Wajimre na Oshe every Sunday at 3 p.m. Yede amanyofo no eba na ya toto no ne yehunu omo edema ye various constituency no na se na be ya won so wokoto aba wetime huni a obeto ede amano ye femi akosia asabia asumeni ene no ye hwe la Dadekotopon abato empeswa so empeswa ewo nkramantemu aha empeswa bi a seat no NDC for really da MPP4 so really seat ni da but ohwemu a NDC for pa na really sa seat no but this year no I mean kofo bebre akase one of the constituencies to look out for ewo nkramantemu ha if you say constituency be at the sitting MP no or call primaries and party primaries no into me and really into no a new MPP parliamentary candidate ena omodiaba na constituency way ora dotei sowa Vincent sowa odotei ono ena oteswa me ne we kase but omo call primaries no MPP for na ansa afa na mba omo ora Joseph General ni tete nyanyo fio ena abegina se yento ne so aba ewoye December 2020 ena mamereta odole soa ono so NDC4 edina basa yento ne so aba PNC4 so a file omo candidate qualified obe ballot paper no so we have 2 independent candidates baako yoba ana baako bema ene bema no ena menya na mene no etwetwe enkomo ora Michel Pakwadwo Bowman-Amuah oye electronic system engineer to say ultimate say we sua de akwachire na oti ome osi oko school kakra e wo man mu kwa ma no ne ekotua ni school so say eniama o ka se waye no na obi a oye Ghanaian na say wo ye Ghanaian a say we are proud of him say wetimi aye saniama no ama wiase afade nyina abone abaso na so na o say wiase abone abaso na say opese oba nechi na bebia ote ana bebia na fruma wono o megina na ne awaye mankofo abona baso no onye ensan emma ne mpeso asofo ntene no ogina oso mpeso begina o party because parties ne na we the same into obas independent candidate ewola Dadekotopon ene na kasa ne agenda for the constituency then leadership and odeba wakane nyina e de achen makoti no baby say oso obema 100,000 jobs constituency hope obema 100,000 jobs within the first term. As I said, there ebisa wa na ebisa o time frame no because ebi mo be kan ya o say omo anka gen say the first term. To say there ebisa time frame no the time no do na wantimi aya na ya bokelep no na wa wetie. Into Mr. Bowman 100,000 job for the people of Dadekotopon. Then jobs now there bro.
Jobs only be brave, but titire jobs in the area of ICT.
ICT.
Yes. Now, they are very specific. Also, you should say in Crawford, young people, youth. A lot of them are involved in using technology. They know how to use technology. If you don't use computers, unfortunately, so when they ejuma emfata ejuma enye legal. yes, Sakawa, Sebi, Sakawa, ne, Chrono, ne, that time, cyber fraud in Romano. Ne, that is not entirely their fault. Sometimes they are forced into certain things because opportunities in your and there's no plan for their lives. And there's no other avenue I want to make use in their mind, to use those skills to make money, and look after themselves and their family. Inti a problem no, near say let's kill multiple birds with one stone. In first, talented youth, our minim sa ejumano and one pesa
computer technology
and training inti so that in training no mean formal skills and capacity no ability no say to be you say but we don't stop there. Inti be training 100,000 of them over a 24 to 30 month period. Be training one in 12 different disciplines, ICT disciplines. Area ne yedi ejuma so beba investors no wamo sa ejuma no wamo sa organizations no wa brochire, but for some good reasons wame cost structure no aye de ba no e be more favorable, lower costs, and then a geographic position be yes in Ghana, your time zone I to me and to me 12 to 15 hours of working days, working hours in a day. Ebwa until they can then take on work. Until Jumani free abrochire titri. Say 90% of the work itself that the people will do, they'll be doing from here in the constituency. However, the work will be the work itself that they have to do. Jumananka say free abrochire neba. Inti and you say ubetro be skill ubetre if you train juma. Ejuma no hodada. An expansion of ejuma wome krum Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, Philippines, Malaysia. Companies more offices were into one BSR office ni bi wa ha. Inti nkofo Philippines wome ejuma ria na de sound so mkoda no in kind no me send electronically ne nkofo wome ayesa ejuma no. Ejuma ni bi say ethical hacking. It just say ubetchre ye nkofo no kwan a ombefa so a omede be break isa microphone enterprises, the companies, systems here. So quite so no sign different normally our medical reas are companies so this time we are saying say be use skills no one but in a formal way. Document what you have learned, what you have found out. Say me you say command way. Let me hear me do on a pony be and a password no any strong. Inti me no na me to me real account room na me to me yesika. But we do what we yesika no. We do what no we a message to prove say we yesika. Tell we be a no. We yes no document it. We the bus no and microphone verify say I am part. So why you say no meet you. Or meet you a company no idea you man buy. In case we meet a company idea you man say $10,000. Say per incident. So that company no be for $5,000 per incident. Then you so $5,000 no buy and chain. Here the $5,000 no you can say the $2,500 be ma wo we say juma no. We na $2,500 no you the tier car you training no. I'm just giving you a particular example, one particular example of 12 different skill groups under the ICT training no. But we don't stop there. And your ICT inquiry, we are still going to use Sika Infaswa Ebenyano to be able to train and retool young crowd carpenters, auto electricians, all those things, because they say cars mean around, say computer and a womb. Into yes, I try my query. Why? Only the diagnostics to diagnose computers. Into you train say auto technician, for example, no. We hear machine no diagnostic kit no with you know. When your training is useless. It's worthless. Into we will now provide them with tools, schools and tools. Any friend, we'll provide them, we'll school them, and we'll tool them so that they can now be able to diagnose and repair cars. For new cars, computers, lights, so first I come back, we say here to diagnose problem. No say at least 200 Ghana. No waji. Uncle Butum. We solve a problem. No so 300 Ghana, maybe 500. No we 500 Ghana per car. So we get 3 cars a day. Poor. That's 1,500 Ghana a day. Besides says to say, a then electrician and a mechanic or your car who to make say 1,500 a day by the bottom. This is how you transform lives. This is how you transform communities. Because they say, when you 1,500 now, or the 500 command a then or the 500 CV, or the 500 about home buying. Right? That's a day. Or you do my 5 days or 6 days a week. 5 days a week. If you get 6 days a week. And then 9,000 Ghana cedis a week. Tell me how many people, whether they are mechanics or technologists or they are bankers, they make 9,000 Ghana cedis a week. This is the kind of change we're bringing. And you're magic if you know how to do it. If you know how to do these things, that's what we're bringing. That's what I'm bringing.
Right. I hope say the constituent and I said to me, all Dadekotopon will listen to you and do something because I mean great ideas. So now once I work as a more areas to be areas ni affluent area, more areas to be you have slums areas, then I mean me say sometimes go into fraud and drag because you need BBL apart from some not unemployment, apart from unemployment, what recreational centers and there was areas so at least I mean if they don't have anything doing now they can go there, play football, do something meaningful apart from using drugs and engaging in fraud activities.
Excellent question. I would say I'm glad you brought that question up. And yes, I hope you haven't heard it in the community and been prompting me to bring the question because I like to do things very quietly. Because say because it takes away from the blessing that you get. But I'll give you one example of something that unfortunately is public. I've committed, for example, and I've started the work on building a multi-sports facility. EBC Salem School, EBC volleyball.
Salem School now, okay.
Volleyball court, handball, soccer, astroturf, with changing room facilities. Ushe school has to say, but we've decided that it is befitting of the La Pioneers volleyball team, who happen to be the team that produces and has produced historically Ghana for volleyball, national volleyball team, more than 90% of WAMI players, current and past, if it's our team, But we should be WAMI training, WAMI debo volleyball, enya fair. It has emphata. We decided and we are committing a lot of money to do this. We're also going to do 5 additional parks like that in the community. And this is all private funded, not government funded, because Ministry of Youth and Sports, football, football, one sport, and we don't even have a result. When was the last time we won anything? See, put that aside. We have found the money in partnership with private sector and promoters in the media.
Even before you go to Parliament.
Yes,
right.
Yes, I support youth and sports are very important to us because la Dadekotopon one ball power. Football stars from Titri in Kodamu or maybe Awulekwe Georgia last Sunday, all those players and on board Accra Great Olympics ne hearts of folk, ne no ohone will be free. Now, me ankasa me ball. Me pe ball pa me ball be as me yes me so me ball coats. Ne no mainti, ne me ball coats parks ne no me ball wo. Inti I have a passion for sports. I have a passion for sports, basketball, football, especially football. Inti it is something that I would do with or without politics. And I love it. And I love talent. You will also your links were broche ayede boa and Crawford. The talent scouts, for example, you have a match, invitational match between your different electoral areas, no? Teams, you have a tournament. But tournament, apart from the monetary benefit to the players, the recreational value to the community and lifting up the community in terms of women morale, and to bring this friendly rivalry, to the fore. We're also bringing in Crawford. Shout out to David in Sensation Sports in the UK. And it's a sports management company. They have volunteered with their own money. They have plane, and they are bringing scouts from football teams in the Premier League, Sheffield United, and then a number of other teams, Brighton and Hove Albion. They are coming to come and see our talent. And to see our talent, if they do well, they will now sign them up and take them abroad to go and now play. And these are some of the things that I'm doing for youth development, making investments in the lives of the people themselves. And yet me bought names and places, me bought teams. And I make us say, who voted for Obi? Who to Obama Obi Semia? Obinya results, will life best in a positive way.
Have you met the certain MP?
Yes, I know him quite well.
You know him quite well.
I took a proposal to him back in
I'm asking you this because constituency I want to find out one in a relationship at the time.
Hey, good. But the problem is any individuals.
Right.
A system, system, I say, system, you're designing to fail.
So if it's a system good, he could have done better.
Oh, absolutely.
For the constituency.
I know he's a good man.
All right.
I have the utmost respect and like for him, and he knows that.
What are your chances for this election?
I'm not a prophet. However, I can tell you that I'm winning this race.
You are winning.
I'm winning. It's not the way I would like to win, but I will win. It's not going to be the landslide that I was praying for, because I'm up against enemies of progress.
Do you have any presidential ambition? Because the way you are speaking,
no,
you don't.
I told you I'm going to. Well, I didn't tell you, but you probably heard. I'm going to run for only 3.5 years. By that point, I know that I would have groomed and trained a successor from my movement to take over from me, so that my philosophy of succession will be fulfilled. You see, I believe that there's no success without a successor.
Right.
And without succession, there's no successor.
Please, that's your camera. What's your final word for the people of Dadekotopon constituency?
My word is, please vote your conscience. Vote for someone. Vote for me. Number 5 on the ballot box, Michel Bowman-Amuah. Number 5 on the list, Asieho Shishie. Vote for me, because I'm the one who can bring the change that you need and deserve. Okay? And you've been missing for the last 28 years. Alaka wacho. Ashishi wacho. Alaka wakemba. Saniwo tishi ni wo chakimi. Ni wo fonshiki aha Michel Bowman-Amuah mi. Ni amwa ni je abese. Ni amwa we yela. Afomi yela. Imambi ye fonshiki aha mi. You're adon.
Thank you. Aha, Adeshimama, Hanya de Jumedi no ebesi, and ne your name Mr. Michel Bowman-Amuah, or independent parliamentary candidate, Ewola, Dadekotopon, Abator, and Pessoa. So, I can't send baby. I hope says oh that constituency you be informed. Now what to me akoto abapa. Mamenda Bosant enterprise I say no unique in super mineral water. Na wo so ma sen a mede sa dwumede ebrewo unique in super mineral water no bottles sachet any dispensers wo shops across the country opesa okotu a okọ eye aso ya na so factory ho wo Domin Plateau no visa down and as from wo 05016270021 and 05016270050 unique in super enye insuo keke Mores Fashion Academy enso ene mami atade she omo Tantra Hills eben Anija Hospital omo eje one person besua said ye pamade fashion ankasa pa no wobekọ ho no ombetimi ache oni nyina omo so emunama 05091266634 and that's 05922146625 Dolly's Beauty Lounge and I am enmity kama edi amami omo mata heko police barracks nchen wa oho enomo omo na my 0265902389 mommy very big shout out to you so also me moved into my board team I mean that production team no so ase say omo etwa program no na ye de ebrewo da se ne ye besan ehia ewo Ekwafu TV the same time. Keep watching Ekwafu TV. When you baby at the emamo, mo follow your social media platforms. Nina Ekwafu TV GH will be who any mama baby ewo ho. That's the best thing. Share. If me akosia asabia asumeni. Bye bye. Enjebia amanyofo beko epueye atoye asretimemufo se omonto omoso aba. Na mibiso edien ena omowo ema Ekuafo mibisa Ekuafo efise Ghana ha ye sika sam ho fapem ejina ekuayo mu wenti ena Ekuafo TV kofa bae ye de fofo kra eba ya to ni din the hot seat eye dwumede bia ye ne wona omonimu de metro ministers MPs MCs DCs any empo aspiring MPs one ombegina say yento omoso aba ebehia na neomwo ema Ekuafo ana a great sector no omo de atopo no so wo hot seat no so no me akosia asabia asmeni megina wana mu na mebisa omo ensemo afa ho obesa obeso yasen a hwe na besi a egu TV de so efre ni eni wo endi nkita ho the hot seat ebeye she the hot seat ebeye hot akonwa no so ebeye she